Yogis, let's talk breath today. So breathing in yoga is called pranayama, but it's a bigger and deeper concept than just inhaling and exhaling. So I'm calling it the second pillar of yoga. We start with the body and then we move to more subtlety, which is pranayama, the breathing. If you break down the word, prana is energy, and pranayama is the control or regulation of energy. So again, it's not just that we're breathing in and out or changing how we're breathing, we're actually beginning to regulate our own energy system. So everything in the universe is energy, and we know that as fact even from modern science. Everything is vibrating and is at its core an energy. Same with us. So in this second pillar of yoga, we begin to actually regulate and control our own energy system, our own prana. So there's a huge array of techniques, and the various breathing techniques produce different qualities. So I actually just finished a lecture last week on the second pillar, on pranayama, and I gave a big overview in my membership with much more detail. But essentially, many of the hatha yoga techniques are actually situated at the level of prana. We're actually attempting to work with our energy. Energy is directly linked with mind, which is the third pillar of yoga, mind or meditation. So when we begin to work with energy within the body, we change how we feel, and we also begin to address the mind. So, which pranayama we should be practicing is a complicated thing, and it depends upon our own constitution and time of day and the certain conditions that we're experiencing. So I can't give a one-size-fits-all pranayama recipe, but there are certain pranayamas that are just generally good for most of us much of the time. And when we begin to do this more subtle breath work, we again have this very direct and specific impact on the energy body, and we can change how we're feeling towards the positive, towards creating harmony and balance. So I wanted to share one pranayama with you this week that I think is kind of a rare pranayama. I was many years into practice, probably more than 12 years into practice before I came upon this particular pranayama. For some reason, I don't think it's taught very often in classes, but it's also a pranayama that has no contraindications and is good for everybody. It's called Bhramari Pranayama, humming bees breath. So this pranayama is said to be healing for the heart. It calms an anxious mind. It calms, anxiety and fear, and produces a very relaxed and peaceful feeling. And it makes sense if you understand the deeper energetics of breathing, because the inhale is relatively short and the exhalation is very long in Bhramari Pranayama. Therefore, it has a very calming effect. So what you do, it almost seems like a chant. It's not chanting, it's breathing. You're going to inhale through your nose, and you're going to hum your entire exhalation. So it's as simple as you go as long as you can, humming your entire exhale. So it's probably like a 1-to-4 ratio. Inhale shortly, exhale very long. So this is why it has such a calming effect. Now, to be even more internalizing, we use a hand mudra called Yoni mudra. Sometimes it's also taught with Sanmukhi mudra, where you're covering your face. This one, you use the thumbs against the ears, just against the cartilage, and not pressing too hard. And your fingers come along your skull like this, and it's like going back into the womb. So it's very internalizing. So you shut out the sound. And it's also interesting if you do this breathing in a group setting, when you're on the inhale and you're not humming, you can hear and feel the vibration like humming bees of all the other yogis doing their Bhramari Pranayama. So then I'll just quickly demonstrate. I'm going to close out the sound, inhale, and hum my exhale. So just like that. So obviously I just did it one time. You could do it 10 rounds, 20 rounds. You will start to feel your arms burning from holding the hand position, but give it a try. It's a beautiful calming breath. I used to try to get my little one to do it when she was in the midst of a tantrum. And sometimes it would work because, first of all, the name is cool, humming bees. And you know, there's something about humming your exhale that's kind of intriguing to a little one and can sometimes help shift a lot of anger and intensity and again calm the nervous system. So check it out, try Bhramari anytime you're feeling stressed, anxious, can't quiet the mind. Give it 10 to 20 rounds. Namaste, yogis. Be well.